What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. We are live here on this incredible Listener League Draft Tuesday. We are all drafting today, getting those picks in. Some of you guys, I don't know what you're doing in there, just setting it up for an easy W for the boys, but thank you. I appreciate the donations. Speaking of the boys, I'm here as always with my co-hosts Josh and John Luke. What's up, guys?
What is up?
I'm feeling good today because, listen, forget about my team. Let's get to important stuff. I've got my new desk here, right here. You know, it's beautiful.
Like, how long did it take you to put that together, Josh?
Don't ask about how long it took to put together, all right? Don't worry about that. It took like 6 hours, actually, of time. Like, there was about an hour I spent laying on the ground because I screwed in a screw incorrectly, and I was just laying there so disappointed in myself, like, I swear.
You screwed it in from the round side, right? From the top side?
That's not
impressive.
What happened. No.
It's impressive.
It's
lefty loosey, righty tighty.
So this side of the desk is a little flimsy, but it's okay. It's put together fine.
It makes it fun.
I'm not using that side as much.
Lefty locked in, righty wrong way. Josh probably remembered the wrong acronym for that one. Guys, we've got Craig in here. He says, feels like a darn Monday. Excited to see Lawrence take on the FYF boys today, though. And Jordan said, shit, I'm not 35 minutes early. Sorry, 3-5 crew. Man, dropping the ball already. Someone needs to get Maria in here to yell at you, Jordan. She's taking over as head of the 3-5 crew.
She's here.
What the hell?
She's here? Yeah, get on his case, Maria. J-Wall said, let's get it, 3-5. And Anthony said his guess on the first poll is 35%. Already throwing it in there. And Dan said, 0% chance they start on time. Well, you're
that's
correct.
Fair.
You were right.
I'm pretty sure he made that comment after we
said
had
it at 3:02 p.m.
Yeah.
So yeah. No real
Scott Fish rules.
Yeah,
exactly.
Burner, welcome in. He said, "Hey, Burner's in the Listener League drafting." And Burner in here said, "Feel like starting on time is technically difficult." You know what? It is technically difficult, and we were just waiting for you, Burner. 100%. Craig nailed it.
Technically.
And J-Wall letting you know, Burner, it's your pick in the Listener League. Come on. And also, now that J-Wall knows, he has reached out to me via text confirming he knows. I want to give a congrats to J-Wall. He won the drawing to compete with us in the Pros with Joe's tournament. So J-Wall is going to be managing a team with us three boys in the Pros with Joe's tournament. He's already texted me saying, I want DeAndre Swift, and he'll fight us for it. So we're going to have to contest with J-Wall.
I'm a DeAndre Swift fan. So maybe I'm on J-Wall's side here.
Listen, we got your money. It's already going to the charity. So now we can make this process as miserable as possible.
Okay. And I immediately texted J-Wall back 0 RB ? So that's where we're at with the process here.
I will
Jordan said, we are the king around here. And Z2 said, Simon's still sad he didn't get Kelsey. Yep. Sully sniped us over there at the end of the first round in the Listener League. He got us. Maria in the chat says, I'm late, but I am here.
Yeah.
And J-Wall said, thanks, y'all. I'm pumped. We're pumped too, J-Wall. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Anthony has a question for you guys. So this is specifically about your draft, but I do think it's a good question in general. So at the 3 pick, you guys are at the 3 pick in your draft and looking at Dalvin Cook and Lamar Jackson, or the other quarterbacks. Let's say Dalvin Cook or a quarterback at the 3 pick in a super flex.
Kyler Murray.
You guys went Dalvin
Josh
Cook.
Allen.
You want to walk us through what made you take a running back over one of these top tier quarterbacks in a super flex league there at the 3?
I guess. So JL and I were discussing it. We were talking about it over text, and we both kind of thought that it was either Dalvin Cook or one of the top 3 quarterbacks remaining, which was Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. Right. JL, I personally think, and JL, you can tell me if you disagree. I think we're on the same page here. But in a 10-team league, that's a redraft league, and it's not a dynasty league. I think getting Dalvin Cook, getting that all-star elite running back is so uber valuable, even slightly more valuable than getting a top-tier quarterback. We would have taken Patrick Mahomes if he was there. Don't get us wrong. But I just think Dalvin Cook sets us apart, and I think there's going to be plenty of quarterback depth to be had, even in a super flex league.
Yeah, it comes down to value above replacement for that quarterback position. A 10-team league, there's going to be more of them, and the difference between them isn't as big as, say, the difference between Dalvin Cook, who we project to be the RB2, over I'm trying to think, like Joe Mixon or whoever else we might get in a later round.
Maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire, maybe
right.
Yeah.
Right. So it gives us a slight edge, in my opinion, over the QB, taking QB. I still find going QB there and grabbing that, locking in that top difference maker at QB and then taking the opposite approach. But this is how Josh and I decided to play it in a 10 team.
I think it's the right way to do it, personally.
Makes sense to me. And just for some insight, in the other league, Superflex, same settings. The first 3 picks are all running backs. So you got some more people agreeing with you over there. Mike T in here says, life is good. I got the 1 pick in the draft. Nice, Mike. That's awesome. And
CMC,
Jay said,
right?
Simon and I are building a powerhouse. Indeed, we are. Good luck, rest of the league. The fellas present sports reps draft tonight and tomorrow. Let's get it. Kill it in your drafts.
I love drafting. You got this.
And Taylor's in here. Hello, kids. Well, hello, fellow kids.
Hello, Dad.
Simon, I'm willing to bet you whatever you want to bet that JL and I's team's better than you and Jay's team. Has a better record.
We could do record / if we both go to the championship, then it's whoever wins championship.
Well, at the very least, how about at the very least, if one of us makes it to the championship and the other doesn't, that team wins. If we both make it to the championship, it's decided by that matchup. If neither of us makes it, we both lose the bet. How about that? It's a bet where if neither team makes it, both teams are losers.
I really hope we have all the dinguses in our league. Yeah, we'll figure this out.
Put it in the background.
We got Jordan, J-Wall, Burner. Yeah, we got all the dinguses, so we're good.
Rick Butts in here says, I miss my FYF fam. So busy right now, but no, I still love you guys, and we still love you, Butts. We love Butts.
Just thinking about you this morning in the shower, Butts.
What?
That's totally a normal thing to say, right?
Wait,
right, guys? Right?
So I think what he's referring to here, Victor, this is a good segue. Before we jump into that, guys, before we jump into the game today, we are going to bring you some news and notes. Josh has prepared some news and notes for us from the league's past day. Josh, you want to dive into those for us?
Well, we do have some from over the weekend as well that I just wanted to quickly hit. We have Brandon Ayuk. He returned to practice yesterday. This is beautiful for anyone that invested in Brandon Ayuk early. I was a little nervous about him for week 1, but it looks like he's going to be good to go. Tyrod Taylor was announced as a starter for the Texans week 1. Doesn't really matter. I think we all expected this already. It's not Deshaun Watson, though, right? We won't get into that. Saquon Barkley is expected to play week 1. Woo. Evan Ingram is not expected to play week 1. And then Trey Lance had the splint removed from his finger, but is not throwing yet. So for everyone that was drafting Trey Lance in their home leagues, I think they're going to have to wait a little bit before he is the starter and takes over for Jimmy Garoppolo.
How long do you think, Josh, if you were to take a guess?
If I had to take a wild guess, it'd be it would help if I knew what the 49ers bye was at the moment. So you're putting me on the spot here, but I'm going to say by week 6, I expect Trey Lance, unless Jimmy Garoppolo is lighting the world on fire, which I really doubt he is. I don't know.
His bye week is week 6, Josh. So that's a good
week 7
timeline to place.
Week 7, Trey Lance will be the starter. You heard it here first.
That's a Josh guarantee.
Jordan said, if Josh is wrong, I'm unsubscribing. He's going to unsubscribe with that.
I'm fine with that, Jordan. I'm fine with that.
I don't even believe that you could, Jordan. You love us too much. It's an addiction at this point.
But
some other news. Justice Hill, unfortunately, tore his Achilles, which
that's too bad. Yeah.
And that's what Victor was talking about a bit right there with the Lev Bell news.
Which leads me into the next news. Ravens are working out both Le'Veon Bell, they were yesterday, Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Freeman. So does this excite you guys? Do you think if Devontae Freeman or Le'Veon Bell signed with the Ravens, would you have interested in them from a fantasy perspective? Simon, hit me.
You asked 2 questions. Does this excite me? And do I have interest in those players for fantasy? It does excite me, but not for these players. Like the fact that these are the names that they're bringing in makes me excited that they're confident with the backs that they have with Gus Edwards and Williams back there in the backfield. So I think you can draft those guys a little bit more confidently. For these guys, it doesn't excite me at all. I haven't seen anything from them recently that makes me think these guys are going to be super fantasy relevant. Will they see carries? Yeah, but this does more for my excitement of Gus Edwards than it does for another late round super running back or a waiver wire guy you could target.
I have a different perspective here. I think that it does excite me a little bit. I mean, to a point. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, Le'Veon Bell, Devonta Freeman, but the Ravens, they're a run-heavy offense. They're going to be focused on the run like they always are. And all that we know about Greg Roman and how he runs that offense is that he's going to spread the ball around to different running backs. And so I'm going to be excited for any running back that gets into that offense, given the injuries and the competition there, because we know Gus Edwards is not going to be the workhorse. He's not going to be the guy who's there, 80% of the time, 90% of the opportunities. They're not all going to Gus Edwards. So if you get a guy like Lev Bell, who is talented, albeit a little old and a little bit out of practice at this point, I'm still excited just to see what happens, and I'd be willing to stash them on my bench if it makes sense in my league, if my league's deep enough.
Simon, unfortunately, I am more on JL's side. Not unfortunately. I don't know why I said unfortunately, but I am more on JL's side here. It's you and me fighting. Let's go. No, punch him, not him. No, not me. Anyway, JL, I'm more on your side here. If Devonta Freeman doesn't really excite me, if he signs with the Ravens, I'm probably
a little less.
Exactly. But
back they get cut by
his skill set, I don't know. I think it's a little bit different than Gus Edwards. And I think he could be maybe the third down back, pass catching back. I don't think it's going to happen right away. Don't get me wrong. It's going to take some time for him to get into that offense. But I could see a world where mid-season, Le'Veon Bell is on everyone's fantasy roster. I really could.
And that Steelers narrative, the revenge narrative will be so funny. That'll just be so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so nothing crazy here. If one of them signs, then we'll definitely talk about it more in depth. TH is expected to play. Some people were nervous because he did have that ankle sprain, but it looks like he's good to go, which is very exciting. Another Ravens are just coming out with all the news here, but they gave a contract extension to Mark Andrews. It was a relatively big one. So if you have Mark Andrews in a dynasty league, I like this. It just shows the Ravens,
they're committed,
trust Mark Andrews. They trust him to be their tight end for the future, and it's already shown Lamar Jackson's favorite weapon is Mark Andrews, right?
Yep. Man, the Ravens situation really shifted this offseason with all those wide receiver injuries. Like my entire sort of like excitement around the Ravens is just shifted slightly to where I'm a little bit more apprehensive. I was a little bit worried for Mark Andrews that he was going to not have as much volume, and now I'm like, oh, okay.
Absolutely.
He's definitely going to have all the volume again.
True. And then just one last thing here. Hunter Henry is expected to play week 1.
There we go.
Which really, I'm not saying you should start him, but I think it's important because it does limit Jonnu Smith.
That's what I was going to say. I think it means more for Jonnu than it does for the Henry owner or the Henry managers.
If you had to pick one to roster, who would it be? Josh, go.
Jonnu.
All right.
Do you agree,
Jonnu?
Yeah, Jonnu for me as well.
He's just more athletic. I think he's a little bit more exciting of an option. And if everything pans out perfectly, I think Jonnu is going to be the better fantasy player.
I agree. Pat said, cute nails, Simon.
They're chipping, man. I need to get them redone.
But they're still cute.
You and Trey Lance.
Does Trey Lance have his nails picked? I knew I loved Trey Lance.
No, he just broke his finger. I think
chipped finger. Okay, so Josh, whenever you said splint was removed for Trey Lance, I was like, I thought I read splinter, and I was like, he's been sidelined with a splinter.
That would suck. Splinters suck. You tried throwing football with a splinter in your finger.
It's a really big one. All right, it's a really big one.
Mike T wants to know if we think CMC was the right pick at the 1-1. I know these guys down here do, based on their judgment from the Cook pick at 3. And I think I'm on the fence. I don't know, but I know these two guys agree with you there. Burner said, JL thinks about butts in the shower. He does. And Butts himself said, I would say that makes me uncomfortable, but it doesn't.
Who doesn't think about butts in the shower?
What's up, Swamp? Welcome in. Glad to have you.
Swampy.
Swamp saying I went with Lamar and Eckler in the Listener League, asking if I'm happy with it. I am thrilled with that start in the Listener League. Absolutely.
Can you post the boards at some point? Maybe on Twitter or something? Yeah. I would love to be able to see the other leagues board.
I sent the other leagues board in the chat on Sleeper, so you can check it out there, but I will tweet them out as well. Anthony saying I'd only be excited for Lev Bell if you got a deep dynasty bench and bad RB needs.
Oh, I got the worst RB needs, Anthony. The absolute worst.
I've always got the needs.
I've always got the needs.
And Z2 said Andrew, wide receiver 1 in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Any Andrew?
Any Andrew. Andrew is
Andrew
the wide receiver
Erickson.
1. And Jay Wall just coming in saying John who got paid more, so they value him more.
That's not actually necessarily true. They both got paid the same exact amount on a yearly basis.
But John's contract is a little bigger full, right?
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
On a yearly basis, it's the same exact amount.
It's not the size of the contract, it's how you use it, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
100%.
Everybody knows it.
Swamp said the need for speed. Just a reminder for those of you in the listener league, it's a 4-hour draft timer today. It'll switch to 2 hours tomorrow with a fast draft with a 2-minute pick timer tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time if we are not done by tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So try to get it done before then. But with that being said, guys, we are playing some poll perception today. Before we jump into that, though, I want to remind everyone, we've been going 5 days a week, all offseason at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to keep on doing that during the season. The games may change a little bit. They may be more about what's going on that week, but if you want to make sure to catch all of our streams during the season, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy, and we're on Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy Live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time, playing some games. And then, if you're not sick of us yet, on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern time, we're on the FanDuel Twitch channel playing some more games. And then on Sunday evenings, you can check out our FanDuel show at 7 p.m. in between the afternoon games and that Sunday night football, breaking down that day's fantasy relevant players.
Recapping, talking DFS.
FanDuel's Sunday recap. We're talking about shit. I mean, stuff.
We're talking about shit. All the shit we're talking about.
I'm so happy you came in with that.
And Craig said, if Lawrence doesn't show up, he can't lose. I get this strategy. Lord, don't lose. Indeed, he doesn't. He ain't losing today.
Scott Fish's motto.
Yep, there we go. Jay Wall said, nope, absolutely not.
Nope.
MB wanted to know Lev Bell worth of pickups. We were just talking about that a bit. These two guys say yes. I say no. But if you guys want to talk about it.
It depends on your league. It depends on your league. Like how deep are your rosters? What's your running back situation look like? Who you dropping? Give us a little bit of context, and I'll let you know what I think there.
Yeah. Or if it's not during the stream, hit us up on the Discord.
Yeah.
Yep. And one more question for us before we start poll perception. Dalvin and Adams for Hawk, Jonathan Taylor, and Chris Carson. Which side of this would you take? Is this Devontae Adams? I need a little. Yeah. I'm assuming this is Dalvin Cook and Devontae Adams. No, I'm not taking this. I honestly don't even care what I'll take the Dalvin and Devontae Adams side. I don't care what kind of league this is, unless it's some weird backwards league. Give me Dalvin Cook and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, here we go. Cole wants to know, are y'all rating teams? If you want us to talk about your team, throw it in the chat, and we can probably get to it in between polls on today's game.
Where's Mike Adams?
Mike Adams.
Mike Adams, the American columnist and professor of criminology at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
That's him.
A little more clarity there, and we can help you with that one. Josh, we're playing poll perception. Yes. You're hosting. Yes, I'm going to remind you of the rules, and then we're going to jump straight into the game. I didn't say dive right in. How poll perception works is Josh found 7 polls online right before this show, 7 fantasy or NFL related polls. He is going to propose one of those to us, and we will have to guess the actual percentage of people that chose side A in that poll. The closer you are, the more points you get. The other contestant will then have to guess whether the actual answer is over or under that number. If they correctly guess the over under, they will get 2 points. After 6 rounds like this, we will go into the 7th and final round, where we will both be guessing a number, a percentage. The person who's closest gets 5 points. And the one with the most points at the end is the winner. And we got a little more clarity. Atlanta RB, Mike Davis, freaking autocorrect, messing up everything. It's Mike Davis. So would you trade Dalvin Cook and Mike Davis for TJ Hawkinson, Jonathan Taylor, and Chris Carson?
That's a question.
That is an interesting idea. I might, depending on your team.
Yeah. This
really is a team-dependent move. Dalvin's going to be a difference maker for me, and so it's going to be hard for me to make that decision to move Dalvin. He's a tier 2 removed from Jonathan Taylor, and even more so than Chris Carson. But if it's a bigger league and you need depth, or if you're running backs, if you don't have many running backs apart from Dalvin, I might consider making that move.
I'm not. I can't get rid of a different, like my first round pick, Dalvin Cook, like that for sorry, I'll back up. I guess what this comes down to is how much you believe in Jonathan Taylor. If you think Jonathan Taylor's like a top 8 running back, make this move. If you don't make this move. Also, I tend to have him ranked in like the 12 to 15 range. So I'm not making this trade, but if you believe in Jonathan Taylor this year, do it.
This trade.
That's I'm assuming that you meant redraft because you didn't specify, but if this is dynasty, my answer would change. So
yeah. In Dynasty, I'm definitely doing this trade. I love this trade in a Dynasty. I'm giving up Dalvin Cook and Mike Davis for TJ Hawkinson, Jonathan Taylor, and Chris Carson.
Oh, yeah.
In a redraft league, it's a really close trade. I think TJ Hawkinson's going to have a great year as a tight end. So if you need a tight end, Taylor is a slight downgrade, but Chris Carson is an upgrade over Mike Davis. So I'm fine with this trade in a redraft too. Exactly. I'm fine with it.
I'm not making this in redraft, but I get it. But in Dynasty, you're 100% right. We've got one more team to go through before we start our game.
Yep.
That is a great question, MB. So this is their team in a 12-team PPR league. Rodgers, Dalvin Cook, Henderson, Diggs, Godwin, Waller, Jamar Chase, or Devonta Smith at flex. I'm not going to even read the defense and the kick. I don't even know what to tell you, my man.
This is A.
Yeah, this is don't even know what feedback to give you here. This team looks amazing.
Use some running back depth, but apart from that, I love it. And Brent, I would get a different. Oh, you have Dolphins D. Who's Dolphins' first week matchup? The Jets?
No, it's New England.
New England.
Which could be, I mean, rookie quarterback.
That's fine.
Dolphins,
I would. Yeah, I would roll with Dolphins D this week 1 over Browns. Browns are playing PC.
The Chiefs, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Browns defense that's about to get obliterated unless I drop them in every league I'm in. Okay, guys, if you're ready, I say we get into round 1. Guys, keep putting your questions in there. I see one from Victor there. We will answer these in between rounds. But for now, let's get the game started.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. I'm excited. Hey, what's up? So I wanted to ask you guys. So, JL, I'm going to let you decide. You want to go first or second? Let's go.
I will go first.
Oh, you're gonna go first. You're ballsy, bro. All right, no. Because you might have chose the tougher polls. Who knows?
I may have.
All right, so let's get that ticker up here. Oh, I did not.
Oh boy,
ticker. Sorry about that. JL Simon, let's go. Shut up. All right, we're getting in there. JL is starting out. JL, let's get into the first poll. It's a redraft league. All right. It's a redraft league. Which side would you rather have in 2021? Side A is Nick Chubb. Side B is Jonathan Taylor. Hey, look at this.
How topical.
JL, what percentage of people chose Nick Chubb, side A, in this trade poll? Or this just poll?
And all we know is it's redraft. We don't know if it's PPR or not. We don't know anything in scoring settings.
Nope.
Oh, God. I imagine these guys are going pretty similarly, and so I'm going to go with 51%.
We got the chat coming in saying 35%.
35 through represent.
So, JL, I'm sorry. You said it's pretty similar, but you're saying side A is what percentage?
I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to do 52%.
52% of people chose the Nick Chubb side of the trade?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. All right, JL's locking in 52%. Simon, we're coming to you. What do you think here?
This one's tough. I think JL nailed it with they're being drafted around the same range, like end of the first, beginning of the second area in most formats, outside of Superflex. But man, and I do think Nick Chubb's going a little bit sooner, but this one really just comes down to like personal preference. Some people like JT better. This is a Twitter poll. You know what? I'm going to take the under. I think there's some JT love out there that is going to push this, and it'll be right around 50%, but just slightly under.
All right, you are locking in the under, Simon. You're saying less people chose the Nick Chubb side of this poll.
Yes.
All right, so we did have some great guesses in the chat. It looks like someone, I don't know, started something here. But Anthony coming in, 35%. Jordan coming in, 35%. J-Wall, 35%. They are all adamant. Dan saying 35%. Ricky saying 33%. Jordan said screw it, 35%. I think you already said 35%. But Z2 saying 46%, Albert saying 45%. And Ricky is just like going along with the flow here, saying 35%. Burner coming in saying 36%. Well, guys, the actual percentage of people that chose Nick Chubb in this poll against Jonathan Taylor was 50%. 50.2% to be exact. But hey, JL, that's a great job. You went with 52%. You were within 5 points, which is going to give you 5 points.
Damn it. I thought about going 50. I goofed.
And Simon, you correctly picked the over-under, which is great, which is going to give you 2 points. So we got a good game, guys. We got a good game. Good start.
That was a good line, JL. You made me nervous there. I wasn't sure which way I was going. And then Jordan saying, we got this wrong because Maria wasn't here. You guys need Maria. 100% falls apart without her. Also, I thought this was funny. Rick said, I think I'm missing something. This happens when you are MIA for a minute. And then Jordan saying, Ricky, do you want an invitation to the 35 crew? Rick didn't even answer. He just came in and said 35.
I like that. He just went along with it.
Great.
He says, I'm in.
So Simon, I wanted to ask you, if you're on the clock, you're in a fantasy league, let's just say it's half point PPR. Which person are you choosing, Nick Chubb or Jonathan Taylor?
You know what? These guys have, I would say, similar things about both of them. They are both like the number one running back on their team, but they both have another back they're perfectly capable of taking third down work that the team plans on using. Nyheim Hines for Jonathan Taylor, Kareem Hunt for Nick Chubb. I'm going to take the offense that I'm more comfortable with in the back that I think is better, and that's Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is an elite running back from the running perspective, and I'm more comfortable with that Cleveland offense than I am with that Indy offense. So I'll take Nick Chubb in this case.
So
this is a redraft.
Nick Chubb. JL, this was a 50-50 poll. You were slightly on the Nick Chubb side when you chose your percentage. Are you staying with that? Do you prefer Nick Chubb over Jonathan Taylor in a redraft league?
I do. I think we've seen it more from Nick Chubb in his career. You know, we've only really seen Jonathan Taylor for part of a season. I do believe in Jonathan Taylor's talent, and his situation I think is very good. But I'm going to take the safer pick here in the first/second round, depending on your draft. And I'm going to go with Nick Chubb, who I know is going to be fantastic barring an injury.
I agree with you guys completely. I am taking Nick Chubb over Jonathan Taylor. And maybe you can make the argument where PPR matters here. I don't think it matters at all. I think Nyheim Hines is going to be the pass catching back, just like you said, Simon, and Kareem Hunt is going to be more or less the pass catching back for the Browns. So these guys are going to thrive on first and second down.
Yep, completely agree. And Z2 said, if Simon would have said JT, I would have logged off. Well, luckily I didn't.
All right, guys, we got a really close game so far. It's 5-2. JL had a fantastic guess in his first poll, and Simon correctly picked the over-under. But Simon, now's your chance. Maybe make a little bit of a comeback here, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, it looks like some people are taking JT. It looks like a lot of people actually would rather have JT over Nick Chubb. I'm going Chubb here. I'm going Chubb. Safer pick.
Yep.
All right, Simon, here comes your next poll. It's a 10-team, super flex, not a tight end premium, dynasty league. Which side would you want? Side A is Fields. Side B is Hawkinson and Rashad Bateman. What percentage of people chose side A, Justin Fields, in this poll? 10-team, super flex, dynasty league.
Man.
The no tight end premium cracks me up.
Yeah, just
it was part of the poll. It was part of the poll.
Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Hawkinson's not that valuable, is what they were saying with
don't
that.
Get ahead of yourself.
Don't get carried away. It's just normal.
I wonder who got Fields. I'm assuming the person that posted this poll probably got Fields. Just letting everyone know. No, it's not tight end premium. I gave up Hawkinson, but it's not tight end premium.
You know what?
But it is valuable information, right?
Yeah, these young quarterbacks have so much value in Superflex dynasty leagues, and Fields has been one of the more hyped prospects recently. Fields and Lawrence, people are very excited for them. I don't think this is going to be close. Maybe if there was a more proven piece on the other side, instead of some like breakout candidates or hyped up rookies, I would lean the other way a little bit more, but I think this is going to be pretty high on the Fields side. I'll say 83%. I'm going to say 83% chose Fields.
I mean, you were locking in 83% on side A, the Justin Fields side of this trade, correct?
Yep.
Awesome. JL, we're coming to you. We got to get an over or under from you. Do you think that it's over or under 83% on side A here?
83 is a pretty good line.
Thank you.
I agree with what Simon said. I do think that the field side of this wins, but it is a 10-team league, which is worth noting in a super flex that there's going to be more QBs. It's not going to be as Fields does lose a little bit of value there. So I think I'm going to take the under on this. I think enough people are going to be hyped on Hawkinson and Bateman, but man, I really wish that there was like one more piece in that side B, or one, an upgraded, player on that side to make this a little bit more interesting. But I'm going to take the under.
I mean, maybe like a Fitz on the other side would make this a little more interesting, right? Like a older quarterback, Fitzpatrick or something
Dalton.
like that. Andy Dalton, not Andy Dalton, or like a Jameis Winston. Maybe he's not that old, but there's question marks. Maybe a lower tier quarterback on the other side would have made me think about this more. Daniel Jones, that's a perfect name to throw on the other side. Now that's an interesting trade in my mind.
All right. Well, Simon went with 83% and JL took the under. We got some great guesses here in the chat. Good job, guys. Jay Wall saying 35%, but he's just kidding. He's saying 81%, actually. Dan is going to go with 64%. Z2's going with 88%. Anthony saying 62%. Mike saying 73%. Jordan going with 69%. Yeah. Albert saying 65%. Ricky saying 79%. So a lot of good guesses. And Jordan saying when in doubt, 69.
What up, Albert?
So Anthony is also going with 69. Jordan,
get your mind out of the gutter, Anthony.
All right, guys. Well, the actual percentage that would choose Justin Fields over TJ Hawkinson and Rashad Bateman in a 10-team Superflex, no tight end premium dynasty league was 75%. 75%,
okay,
which is good for both of you. Simon, you're within 10 points, which is going to give you 3 points onto your score. You're within 10 percentage points of your guess. And JL correctly picked the over-under, which is going to give him 2 points. Good round, boys. Good round. Like
Josh only picking polls with like interval numbers, like 50, 75. The next one's going to be 25. There will be a 100 and a 0. It's going to be all quarters.
How do you know what I did?
Also, chat, I just want to say there's about a 0% chance that we ever pick a poll where the answer is 35 ever again. You guys will get that way too easily. Like, we can't just hand you that one.
You never know.
We're very spiteful individuals.
Yeah, all of us. Pure spite in our hearts.
Yeah, we will avoid polls that are 35 just to mess with you.
Yeah.
So real fast, you guys kind of brought this up, and this is why I wanted to get into. I agree. Justin Fields is the side I would pick in this poll, but you said Ryan Fitzpatrick. What if we added a 2022 second round pick on the side B? Does that change your mind at all, or does it have to be a little bit more?
Give me a first, and then I'll consider it. But no, a first plus Hawk.
Let's say it was a 2022 first. Are you taking side B over side A?
No, I think I'm still taking Fields at that point, but it's closer. That makes it a conversation for me. That makes it a trade offer that we can build off of. If this is like an actual offer from the other person, I can't even consider the Hawkinson and Bateman side. But a first would make this a conversation.
We agree Justin Fields is the answer here, but let's add a 2022 first on the side B. Are you taking side B over side A?
It certainly
I know it might be team dependent. I'm sorry. But
yeah, it definitely is team dependent. What we're talking about here is like potential, and I'm more confident that Fields is going to turn into a valuable fantasy player for a team than a first or Bateman or even Hawkinson. Really, at this point, I'm pretty confident Hawkinson's going to have a pretty relevant career. But Bateman is a whole lot of potential, but we haven't seen it, and plenty of fantasy first round picks just flame out, and they're not relevant. And so we just don't know how these careers are going to go. And I'm going to go with confidence here that I'm a little bit more confident in Fields than I am Bateman, and even a first, but it certainly does make it more interesting.
Personally, guys, if you throw a 2022 first on the side B, I think I prefer that side. And it sounds like, you guys are still in the field.
In a 10-team league?
Nothing wrong with that. In a
10-team league, I'm very interested, and it's going to depend on who else I have at QB. Exactly. What does the QB situation in the league look like? But 10-team, it's very much it's much more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. I agree there. It makes it a conversation. I'm not even talking about it with the way the trade currently is, though.
I'm with you guys. So Mike T came in with a guess of 73%.
75,
Great
right?
job, Mike.
Away.
Yes.
Nice job,
Killed
Mike.
it there. All right, guys.
And Victor has a question for us
one.
before we jump into our next poll. This year, Trey Lance or Justin Fields? I'm going to go first. I like Trey Lance more, but Justin Fields is more likely to start more games. It's going to be hard to stash Trey Lance for a little bit longer when it could be like week 7 or later before we see him. Fields, I expect to see him by week 2, honestly. What about you guys?
I'm not as confident that the Justin Fields is going to start as early, just because I don't really trust Matt Nagy and his decision. I could see them just keeping Andy Dalton there as a starter and not starting Justin Fields for maybe past week 4. With that being said, I think both these guys are so similar in terms of like outlook on the season or what we can project, like the most likely outcome. They pretty much share that. So take your pick, which one you like more. The injury to me makes me, with Trey Lance's injury, makes me a little bit lean towards Justin Fields' side of this. But I really, the 49ers gave up so much to get Trey Lance. It's hard for me to imagine that they don't try and start him when they, as soon as they can.
I agree completely with JL. Everything he said is it. I was uber on the Trey Lance side before this injury. It does make me nervous. It delays his progression just a little bit, just enough to make me I would take Justin Fields above Trey Lance, but it's so close. I do believe that if Trey Lance gets the starting role, he has a lot more upside. So I would rather have him if I knew they were both starting, but Justin Fields, just because I do believe that he will be the starter earlier.
I agree with you guys. And just that being said, Dynasty, give me Trey Lance. Give me Trey Lance. I love the rushing upside. I love the system he's in over there. But redraft this year, give me Justin Fields, and it's what these guys touched on.
Right there.
Okay, are we ready for the next round?
We are ready for next round. We got a close game, guys. JL's got 7 points. Simon's got 5 points. It's anyone's game. We are going to JL for his second poll. Here we go. Who do you prefer in Dynasty? It's a very simple question. This is the only context we do have, though. It's side A is Antonio Gibson. Side B is Jamar Chase.
Oh, good
JL,
God.
what are you thinking here? Who do you prefer in Dynasty? Side A, Antonio Gibson. Side B, Jamar Chase.
I personally prefer Jamar Chase over Antonio Gibson, but I know many people are hyped on Gibson, and it feels like that's been getting a little out of hand recently. Maybe it's cooled down a little bit, but I don't know. A couple of weeks ago, people were just all about Gibson. Dynasty. I think. I don't know. Josh. I don't like that you asked me this, and I wish you hadn't.
I got stuff I want to say, but I can't give anything away. I can rhyme.
I don't think people are going to agree with me. I think people are going to, especially with like the sort of down news that has been coming out recently about Jamar Chase, things that aren't really news, nothing that's been surprising. It's, that we've known from scouting profiles since he's in college, seem to be like permeating the public's perception on Jamar Chase this year and probably beyond. He can't catch. He's having issues with separation. I'm going to go with Gibson's side. I'm going to say 58%.
You are going to say 58% of people voted side A, Antonio Gibson, over Jamar Chase in this poll, correct?
Yeah.
58? All right. We're locking in 58 for JL. Simon.
Hey, my mom and I are in sync.
Vibing.
I was going to say, I didn't know if you had seen it, that you and your mom said the same guess.
I didn't see it till after I said it.
All right, Simon. Well, we're coming to you. JL went with 58%. What do you think? Over or under 58% on the Antonio Gibson side?
I was really, really hoping you would end up on the Jamar Chase side of this. Like I thought that might be where you go first, because that's where my brain went first. But despite Jamar Chase being a rookie and a wide receiver, this is rookie hype season. Wide receivers are slightly more valuable. They have a longer shelf life in Dynasty. People love Antonio Gibson. He's the CMC comparisons have resurfaced this offseason. Last year was kind of like tongue-in-cheek a joke, but people are saying it again. That he can take that step forward in that offense, start picking up some of the receiving work that McKissick got last year. I think it's going to be on the Gibson side a little bit heavier than JL said. I will take the over.
Simon is going with the over of 58%. Locking that in, right, Simon?
Locking it in.
All right. Well, guys, so many good guesses in the chat. Jay Wall saying 81% again. Lowell. Anthony saying 65%. Mike saying 57%. Dan saying 70%. Albert saying 77%. Kathy, we already know that, 58%. Ricky saying 74%. Jordan saying 75%. Wow. And he's trying to get his 3-5 and straight vibing crew going along with the 75%. It is what it is. Dan coming in with, I was about to put that up, 35 plus 35. You guys know I'm not good at math, but I believe that equals 70%. I don't know.
It could.
You know?
Now I'm worried I went too low.
I hope so.
JL over there worried that he went a little too low, maybe. A little too low.
I like this Josh narration of what just happened on the stream.
Just a little too low. Just you're worried a little too low.
JL comments on Josh's narration.
All right. Who do you prefer in a dynasty? Side A is Antonio Gibson. Side B, Jamar Chase. Well, the percentage of people that chose Antonio Gibson in this trade poll is 75%, guys.
What?
75%. 75%.
You're right, Simon. He is just picking.
I was right. I said it, and I was joking, and Josh was like, "Oh, you caught me," but he was serious.
Well, the actual percentage that I have locked in when I took about a half an hour before I think this poll was still going was 74.8%.
You were a buffoon, Josh.
Side. Hey. Jordan got it right on, while a lot of other people have really good guesses. Ricky said 74%.
One away.
Albert said 77%. So, man, there were some really close guesses here.
Don't you feel dumb after that?
I feel like the dumbest dumb boy ever lived.
All these guys in the chat, and you're just up here like a dum-dum. I'm just messing with you. I would have guessed lower. I would have guessed in like the 60% range, just slightly above.
When I started thinking about it, I was like, it makes sense. If you were going to trade Antonio Gibson for like the 101 or 102 in your rookie draft, I'm sure most people are going to take that. So.
And then you got to, I guess if I'm just thinking from a dynasty startup perspective, Antonio Gibson is getting drafted ahead of Jamar Chase. In like most startups you're going to see. I agree with you guys. I think it should be a lot closer. I think it should be a lot closer, actually. But it's a dynasty league. We project Jamar Chase to be really good.
I am sorry, JL's mom. I was just trying to make fun of JL. I did not mean to loop you in with that.
He meant it. He's a rude boy. Said,
we still love you, JL. Speak for yourself.
It's one-sided.
And guys, we have a question in the chat here. Got an offer in a 10-team dynasty full PPR league. It's Damian Harris for Ty Johnson and 2 seconds. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay. I guess they're next year's 2 seconds next year. That those seconds do make it close.
Superflex or non-superflex?
That does matter here. The seconds.
I'm assuming not.
Since
they didn't state superflex. I'm assuming not. And if it's not, I'm taking the Harris side.
Yeah.
It's one. Damian Harris is unknown, but there's a little bit more traction to show us that he could be the guy this year, right? Ty Johnson is like pure speculation for this season. The seconds are 100% speculation, hopeful that we're going to get these players.
Yeah, but that's like Elijah Moore, that's Terrace Marshall, that's Rondell Moore.
That's early seconds, though. Those are early seconds.
Not all of them. Like Elijah Moore was going in the second half, and a 10-team, and a 10-team makes it even more enticing.
Superflex
even makes it more enticing. Give me the seconds.
Yeah,
all day.
I'm with you. I'm with you all of a sudden. I'm with you. But if you need a running back to start, Ty Johnson, I don't know if you can rely on him whatsoever.
If your running back depth is tough, but we don't fully know that Damian Harris is going to be super relevant this year. He's still on New England. He's still on a New England offense, which isn't known for having super relevant fantasy running backs. So,
and Ramondre Stevenson looked really good.
He looked really good, and James White is still there. I would take the seconds.
In a Superflex league, I'm taking the 2 seconds in Ty Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys, the Superflex information changed my mind. I'm also taking the seconds in Ty Johnson. Damian Harris isn't a valuable enough piece not to take the value there.
Yeah. Even though I do expect I fully expect Damian Harris to have a good season, have the majority of carries for the Patriots. I think he's going to be a valuable running back. Not valuable enough to not do this trade.
Yeah. This is a hedge. I'm not saying that I'm not excited for Damian Harris so that he can't do it this year. It's more so I would just take the bet on the other side that he's not going to take a giant leap this year.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's keep going. Actually, I got to put your scores up real fast. I believe Simon got 2 points that last round, and unfortunately, JL, you were not within 15 points, 15 percentage points. So that's going to get you 0 points this round. But hey, it's a tie game, which is even better in my mind. Let's get into the next question. Simon, this is for you. You ready over there?
Let's do it. We gotta go fast with these last few.
Yes. Which side do you prefer in a 12-team Superflex PPR Dynasty League? Side A is Lockett, Woods, and Thielen. Side B is 3 2023 first-round picks. Simon, it's a 12-team Superflex PPR Dynasty League. What percentage of people chose side A in this poll?
Wow.
Oh, good God.
God is right.
I was so ready to slam side B because I thought it said 2022, but that's another year out. 2023, that is so far away.
Who has taken the time to accumulate that many 2023 first round picks and then is like, all right, this is the move. I'm going I'm going to target this team. I'm going to go Lockett, Woods, and Thielen.
That's a really good point because like you have to be a rebuilding team to like go after the 2023
all those first,
right? Almost.
Yeah. And
unless
then
maybe Christian McCaffrey you traded or something crazy. I don't know, but whatever.
And between Lockett, Woods, and Thielen, I don't know which one of these guys is youngest. They have to have an age of 27.
I think Woods is probably 28, and he's probably the youngest, tied with Lockett. I bet they're both 20. They might be all like 28. I think Thielen's like 29 or 30.
It's crazy. Sorry. I'll stop helping Simon.
I love my 27 plus wide receivers. I'm a fan of the old folks home for wide receivers, but a lot of people in Dynasty are not. I'm having trouble imagining trading a first round pick for any of these guys. I think it's going to be very, very low on the side A side for these wide receivers. I'll say 19%. No, 25%, Josh. I'm going to say 25%.
You're just going to stick with thinking I'm going with just the fives, 75, 25, 50, staying with that in that range.
That's where I'm going.
All right. Well, JL, we're coming to you. Do you think it's over or under 25% on side A?
I wish you hadn't changed your answer.
You liked his 18%?
Yeah, it made it a little easier for me. I'm gonna take the over. I think enough people will go for like a win now type of move here. And I'm hoping that more than 25% of people are going to do that, but that's tough. This is a really tough poll.
All right. Well, we got some good guesses in the chat. JL is taking the over of 25%. J Wall coming in with 50%. Albert saying 45%. Dan saying 7%. And he has reasoning. 2023 class is loaded. Anthony saying 35%. Hey, Mike saying 31%. J Wall saying 35%. Kathy saying 36%. Great guesses, guys. I know we want to get in there. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose side A of this poll, Lockett, Woods, and Thielen, is 25%.
What? Woo! Give me those 10 points, baby.
Josh, you are an idiot buffoon.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, real fast. I had no idea it was like that. You brought it up, and I scrolled down when you brought it up, Simon, or whoever brought it up. I was like, actually, it's actually like that. I was like, well, maybe it slows down now, but like, I was like, I hope they don't cut you on too much. But I'm sorry.
I identified the pattern and executed on that.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't actually like think about it. And like, well,
the most rudimentary pattern, the pattern of a first grader.
I didn't choose this. The polls did.
JL, it's how the polls lied. You know, we should start doing like fortune with polls. Like, let me read your polls instead of let me read your palms. And you just pull up a couple random polls. Like, okay, so the 25 on this one means that you're going to lose your starting quarterback about halfway through the season.
So Simon, you guessed it right on, which will give you 10 points, which gives you a commanding lead all of a sudden. Just tied, and Gail kind of got screwed there a little bit. Gail just kind of got screwed.
Josh always finds a way to give Simon a nice little layup.
And guess what? Like I like it's 25 exactly. It's not even like any percentage points in here. There's no 25.2 or anything. It's just 25%.
Anthony says Josh is banned from poll perception hosting duties, fantasy fortune, or bust.
Fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Your timeout,
right, guys. Well, Simon's got a commanding victory. Let's get in there. Let's get to the next poll, right?
Let's do it.
So the next poll here we have, it's for JL, right? You ready, JL? I don't care.
I guess.
Which running back do you prefer at their ADP? Side A is James Robinson at 3.04, the fourth pick in the third round, or Gus Edwards at 5.09, the ninth pick in the fifth round. What percentage of people chose side A in this poll?
Are people really taking James Robinson at the 304? Or is this like a keeper type thing? No, it's their ADP. Oh boy. Would either of you guys take James Robinson at 304?
Are you trying to get some information out of us?
I'm just curious.
No, I'm not taking James Robinson at the 304.
That seems ridiculous to me.
But I mean, yeah, I'm just being honest.
All right. I have to believe most people are going to take the Gus Edwards side of this. That's a full 2 rounds later. You know what? I'm going to go with 35%. Shout out to the 35 crew.
Cuckoo. JL saying 35% of people would choose the James Robinson side of this poll. Simon, coming to you. Do you think over or under 35% on side A here?
That's right around where I was going to guess, but I'll take the under. I think it'll be slightly under that. But JL, I think you made some points back on this one.
So Simon thinks that even less people would choose the James Robinson side of this poll at their average draft position. James Robinson at the 304 and Gus Edwards at the 509. Well, guys, let's get the chat's guesses real fast. Anthony saying 15%, Dan agreeing with 15%, Jay Wall saying 25%. We got 80%, 21%, and 88% here. Jay Wall saying 3.5, and let's go. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose side A, James Robinson at the 304 over Gus Edwards at the 509 in this poll is 39%. 39%, which is going to give JL some life here because Simon, you not correctly. You went with the under.
Correctly.
It was the over. You did not correctly pick the over-unders, which is going to give you 0 points. J Wall. Oh my God. JL correctly guessed within 5 percentage points, which will give him 5 points. 5 points.
Okay. It's a game now. And Jay Wall saying I should queen B it every time so JL can't catch up. Can't win if I queen B it. Then I get the points too. Nah, I'm going for the
I will eventually get a lead on if he keeps doing that.
Yeah, if the game goes long enough.
All right, guys, we got a question here. Start 3 wide receivers, 1 flex. Wait a second. I'm confused.
3 wide receiver, 1 flex. Then I'm guessing Chris Carson, Robert Woods, Brandon Ayuk, Jamar Chase, Antonio Brown, and Laviska Shenault is what I'm guessing. So in my mind, Chris Carson's going in your flex, period. Then I would start Woods, Antonio Brown, and if Ayuk is healthy, if he's practicing today, I start him. If not, I start Shenault. That's where I'm going.
I'm guessing this is Jamar Chase, right? Not Chase Claypool.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Right? Yeah, I'm assuming it's Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Chris Carson definitely on your flex. Woods, Ayuk, and I'm going Shenault
over Brown.
Uh-huh.
Okay, John Luke, what would you do?
Yeah, I would probably start Chris Carson in the flex as well. I'm probably gonna go Ayuk, Chase, and then I guess it's Antonio Brown or
Robert Woods. Robert Woods.
Well, that's a good point. I should definitely know how much Robert Woods. Then I would probably start Robert Woods, Ayuk, and I start 3. Robert Woods, Ayuk, and Jamar Chase.
Okay.
And then
so
Chris
we
Carson
got a
flex.
different third option. It seems like we're all starting Carson Woods and Ayuk, and then we all have a different third guy.
Mine is Brown. Josh's is Chenault. JL's is Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm confident about Chenault week 1, guys. I'm really confident. All right. So let us know if you have any other questions. MB said he dropped Michael Thomas instead of putting him in his IR spot. How big of a mistake would that be? That's a big mistake.
I mean, that's a pretty
No
big
offense,
mistake.
man.
That's going to be
Get an IR spot.
Someone will pick him up, or you'll have to burn a lot of fab to get him back on your team, and he should be back.
Send a bunch of messages. If you're on Sleeper, just send a bunch of messages in the chat so maybe no one sees that he was dropped, and then try and then put in a bid for him.
That's actually really funny. Yeah, you want him on your IR spot. I mean, like, he's going to play at some point this season. I don't know about how well and how healthy he'd be, but you want him on your team. You don't want to.
If you don't have IR, I'm fine dropping him, picking him up later.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have drafted him though.
Kyle brought up, did you guys hear that? Oh, Antonio Brown got kind of hurt today. So I just looked it up. Yes, he sits out of practice session. Knee issue resulted in him in the Buckshot report released on Monday.
That's scary.
They haven't really revealed what extent it looks like the injury is. I'm a little concerned, but I don't think that you need to sound the alarms yet based off this.
All right, guys, let's get back into the game here. We got a really close one. We're almost there. We only have 2 more polls left. Simon does have the lead, but it's actually closer now after that last one. So here we go.
Just wait till I get it exactly right again.
So 25. This one is for Simon. Simon, a little bit relevant here. Which Cincinnati wide receiver would you rather draft this year? Side A is T. Higgins, side B is Jamar Chase, and side C is Tyler Boyd. What percentage of people chose side A, T. Higgins, in this poll?
I hate this question. When I was on the Poly Playoffs podathon, there was a whole panel of guests on there, and we were asked this question, and every single one of these names was mentioned by somebody. Like, all 3 names were chosen. It's not a resounding answer anyway. I think Tyler Boyd's going to have the least votes, but I'm not sure that should be the case. He's one of the best slot wide receivers in the NFL and has been the lead target for the Bengals for the past 2 seasons. That could continue this year. I think more votes are going to be on the T. Higgins side. JL mentioned earlier the negative news coming out about Jamar Chase recently that isn't really news, things we knew, but negative press coming out about him. So T. Higgins' value has been rising a little bit recently. If we assume 33 for each, Tyler Boyd has less. I'll go 48% on the T. Higgins side. I'm going to say 48% T. Higgins on this 3-way poll.
So Simon is going to go with 48% on the T. Higgins side. JL, how's that make you feel? Are you choosing the over or under of 48% on the T. Higgins side?
This sucks. I wish he had said a different number. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, 48. These are all numbers I'm saying.
Those are definitely numbers.
Oh, God.
Well, while you're thinking, Anthony came in here and MB, he accidentally dropped Michael Thomas. He said, you should message a commissioner. And if you actually didn't know that you could put Michael Thomas in your IR and it just happened like today, if it happened a couple days ago, you're kind of screwed at this point. But maybe you have a kind league. Maybe they'll allow you. Maybe it can be framed as a mistake. So it is worth maybe reaching out to the commissioner, I think.
That makes sense. If I was the commissioner and you didn't know you could put him in the IR, I would put him back on your team. Fantasy football is supposed to be fun. Hopefully your commissioner feels the same way. Little mistakes like that shouldn't ruin your season.
Not for fun.
This is serious business.
Okay, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the under.
Doesn't sound like a confident under. So you're going to say that less people chose the T. Higgins side of this poll, 48%. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. JL is locking in the under. Simon goes with 48%. Well, guys, we got some great guesses in the chat. JL going 48. I mean,
what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You guys are just so alike.
JLJ Wall.
We got 65%, 62%, 54%, 48%.
Me, Anthony, and J-Wall. We're all going to be exactly right.
So
Kinda all
Simon
in that
copied
range.
J-Wall, and then Anthony copied both of them. I see.
Well, guys, the actual percentage of people that chose T. Higgins in this trade poll was
twice in a game.
63%. 63%. Simon, I will let you know that I know. Kat freaking killed it. Kathy. Let's get her on the show. Let's
Mom killing it in the chat, Mom.
Why couldn't you have done that before when we both had the same guess?
Albert also had a great guess of 65%. Not quite.
Wait, what was the real answer? 63?
63, which Simon was 15 away, which we'll give him a point. Which does matter here. Does matter here.
That puts you you got to get it exactly right to beat me now, JL.
Well, no, not well. Yeah. All right, sorry. Oops. Sorry.
You put the point on the wrong guy, Josh.
I did. It definitely matters, which kind of sucks. Huh? For JL over there.
12-18.
It does matter, guys. So, JL, you're gonna have a freaking fantastic guess on this next poll. So, are you ready?
I guess.
So this one's coming in. This is a little bit of a different question. So take it for what it is.
I hope it's different.
How do you measure success in your leagues? That's the question. What? Side A is a championship. Side B is making the playoffs. Side C is winning money. What percentage of people voted for a championship as the way they measure success in their leagues? So, guys, this is the last round, so it is played a little bit differently. We are not starting with someone. We're not doing an over-under. What we are doing is both these guys, they're going to write down what percentage they think side A has, and whoever is closer is going to get 5 points. If they get it right on, they will get 10 points, which JL really needs right now.
Also, side note, I got a new pen. Check out that cat. It's a ghost cat.
It looks like it's ready for Halloween, you know?
He is.
I'll give you guys a little bit of context right here. Not context, but just get Jeff Bell, a good friend of the show. He's the one that posted this poll. All right. So just to give
none of my pens are working.
I don't think that's going to give you any insight onto what the percentage is here, but friend of the show. What percentage of people said a championship is how they measure success in their leagues? Anthony coming in here and saying, how many votes on this one, Josh? There were 756 last time I checked. I don't remember if the trade poll was over or not, so there might be more now. 756 total votes on this one. Thanks for asking, Anthony.
My pen is.
All right, I'm gonna ruin a business card for this one.
Kathy coming in saying, I am an expert guesser. Jay Wall saying, go Kathy. Don't be too impressed, lol. I'm excited to see if she has a guess this time. I don't want to tell you guys what it is because you might steal it because she's the champion over here. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready, and my answer's on the back of this sticker.
It is a good day to be happy, isn't it? It is a good day to be happy. All right, so JL, you are unfortunately not winning this game right now, so we will come to you first. What percentage of people do you think chose side A in this poll? You are going to go with 68%. JL is going with 68% of people chose side A in this poll. Simon?
JL, that is the exact number I had written down before, and then I changed it slightly lower to 62%.
I mean,
I almost changed it to 62%, so I'm glad I didn't.
You guys are definitely.
Although you would have won by default if you had guessed the same.
That's true. That's true. Well, we got some great guesses in the chat. No one going quite as high as you guys. Jay Wall saying 33%. How do you pronounce it? Can you help me out? The name Wahaj. I just didn't want to butcher it. I would have said something very simple. Wahaj, love you, man. Love you. Keep coming in. Anthony saying 42%. Albert saying 55%.
Oh,
How do you
don't
pronounce
like
this?
that.
How do you pronounce it?
L2.
Ferrari.
57%. Kathy saying 40%. I love it, guys. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose side A, a championship in this poll, is 43% of people chose a championship. 43%. So, Simon, you are closer. You are our champion today. JL, I can't tell if your face is frozen. I hope it's frozen because that is terrifying. Holy crap. No, it's not frozen. He moved his eyes. Holy, that's good. I thought it was
I just gave Josh nightmares.
That was actually terrifying. Simon, you are the champion of today's show. Let me get that up there.
Shout out Anthony for being one away. Nice guess over there. You killed it. And Jaya, your mom was pretty close as well. Again, nice guess with 40%, way closer than we were on that one. You guys killed it as well. And Rick said Anthony wins a lamb dinner, and Rick, he's going to throw it at your couch. He's going to get it all dressed up with sauce and then throw it at your furniture so that you get lamb juice all over everything. That's what's going to happen here. John Luke, you played well, but it wasn't enough. I came out victorious today. Josh, nice polls. That was a fun one right
real
there.
Fast, guys, just on this, I know this is a fun one. Which one would you choose? Would it be a championship?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say if I'm winning money,
you degenerate.
I probably would vote for that. I'm a degenerate, though.
The money is a nice consolation prize. But if I didn't win the championship, I still leave the season feeling a bit like a loser. Know what I mean?
I understand that, but I would say I had a successful season if I won money in that league.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
JR in the chats. Oh, my mouse stopped.
Wait, so what was the breakdown, Josh?
Sorry. Championship was 43.1. Winning money was 33.3, and making the playoffs was 23.5.
Wow, that's way more than I thought it would be for the playoffs.
And I could see that. I can see that. A lot of the times I'll be like,
that's a loser mentality.
Many leagues, right?
Loser mentality.
Yeah.
You ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
You ain't first, you're last. Guys, that is it for us today. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time playing some more games, so make sure to tune in then. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Twitch channels at Front Yard Fantasy to make sure you never miss another one of these shows again. And on Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, you can catch some more of us live on the FanDuel Twitch and YouTube channel, so make sure to go give them a follow as well and check us out over there. Guys, good luck in your last-minute drafts. Trading does make fantasy fun.
Yeah.
Get those trades in before week 1. Everyone knows the best time to trade is when we have no information from the NFL season. So go do it right now. Until then, everyone, adios.
Peace.
Bye.
Love you guys.